XJ Talk Show.
It's on.
Now. Well, good evening, boys and girls. This is Tony Motorroy on xjtalk.com. This is the talk show from xjtalk.com, and we're here to talk about Jeeps and, well, pretty much anything that we want to, because, damn it, that's what we can do. Let's see, we got about 10 people in the room right now, in the chat room. Make that 11. So we're getting better viewership each time. As you may know, this is also put out on a podcast. So we record this show and then send it out on the interweb, and people can download it or listen to it from xjtalk.com. And actually, that site is www.xjtalk.com/podcasts with a plural, a little S on the end, .php. If you just go to xjtalk.com, you can find it. We have a chat room, and you can ask or post, and somebody will direct you to it. Thank everybody. Thank you for making it here tonight. And what we have tonight is live phone calls. We're going to take live phone calls, much like what we did on New Year's Eve. I had a little impromptu show on New Year's Eve where I took live phone calls, and it was a lot of fun. It was, I think the show was like 3.5 hours, and boy, the time went by really fast. So I'll tell you about that real quick. If you call in, I only have the one line, the one landline, and the Skype line. So if the landline's busy, you may find yourself over on the voicemail to leave a message, and you can leave a message if you like, and may play that on a future show, or may just, if you want to, you can try calling back in and getting on the air. So, first off, let me, before we get started on anything, let me tell you about our sponsor. This segment is brought to you by Ironman 4x4, the toughest, most adjustable control arms in the industry. Ironman 4x4 has a wide variety of rugged off-road suspension products that are overbuilt and underpriced. Visit ironman4x4fab.com today. That's ironman4x4fab.com. xjtalk.com.
xjtalk.com.
It's where you go when you're not off-road. Do you have questions or comments that you would like played on the air? We've set up voicemail just for that purpose. All you have to do is call 530-675-4102. Just leave your name, your location, and your question or comment. Chances are good it'll get played on the air. That number again is 530-675-4102. We look forward to hearing from you today. Well, maybe not today. We'll look forward to hearing a live phone call from you, but we have the voicemail set up 24/7, so if you'd like to call in, make a witty comment or a question you'd like to have answered here on the show by myself or one of the people in the chat room, we'd love to have you call in and leave a message. Probably we'll play that during the show, not this one, but a future show. And then get your answer on the air. Hopefully it'll be a good answer. We try to provide those, don't we, guys? Let's see who all we have in here tonight. I see Trap Dog's in here. Great, thank you for coming, Trap Dog. Trap Dog is not a Jeep person. He's just a very good friend of mine, and he writes songs and writes damn good ones. I see Toby97, Big Jim 350, Dalton 4x4. Dalton's been here for about an hour already. Thank you very much, Dalton. You're a very welcomed addition to the show, because I can always count on you being there. And if for some reason you can't be, don't feel bad about it. I understand. No cuss words, huh, Jim? Is this a New Year's resolution you've turned over? I see Cantab27, which is Wayne from New Zealand. Thank you for joining us, Wayne. I believe Wayne's probably going to be giving us a call tonight. And PEIXJ is here. So let's see. I think I got everybody. Mugby, thank you for joining, Mugby. And we have somebody by the name of the Big Dog. Welcome. I don't know that you've been here before. If you're a previous guest, thank you for signing up and getting in the chat room. And if this is your first show, even a better welcome. And was that? I never can pronounce some of these names on XJ Talk. Is it Rguginard? Thank you for joining. That's I think that's as many times as Rugged One. Thank you. I was going to say that was as many times as I was going to try saying that. I guess we need to have some sort of phonetic spelling on the names, because some of them I don't have a clue. I recognize them, but as far as pronouncing them, it's like reading a novel. I don't know why authors have to put in names that are so colorful and confusing. It just confuses me. I hate novels. I like the story, but I hate trying to keep up with the characters in it. So like I mentioned earlier, we're going to do live calls. And before we get started with that, well, let me see. I can't really think of anything to do other than, let me play this promo. I got to play a Big Jim 350 promo.
This is Big Jim 350, and I f***ing love xjtalk.com.
Jim's very excited about xjtalk.com. Oh, there's Renee. Thank you for joining, Renee. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta play it again. I gotta play the other one, Jim. I like this other one better.
I just wanted to say XJ Talk is the best fucking site in the fucking world, and if you think you know of a better fucking site, fuck you. By the way, this is Big Jim 350. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's great. I love that. Now, see, that is an excellent example of a great use of our voicemail line, which is on your screen, 530-675-4102. When the show's over, it'll be back to regular voicemail. Right now, it's set up for live calls. So, after the show, call in and see if you can beat Big Jim's voicemail. Those were two damn good voicemails. Excellent promo. I like this one too.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you about xjtalk.com. It's a great site.
This is what I would consider a kinder, gentler promo.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you about xjtalk.com. It's a great site. There's no bashing. Everybody's nice and friendly. Great place to be.
This is Brian XJ, just calling in to tell you that we really like the website, full of a lot of tech and a lot of good people. I always get a response back quickly. Thanks. Have a good day.
Okay. Well, I think that we've covered pretty much everything I can think of. The show is xjtalk.com talk show. It's here as part of xjtalk.com, and we, on that site, the XJ is a Jeep Cherokee. The XJ is a two-letter designator that Jeep gave the Cherokee. And many of us have the XJs. Many of us have the XJs that are four-wheel drive, and we take them off-road. And we talk about that, amongst other things, on xjtalk.com. So whether you're a Jeep owner, any Jeep, or a four-wheel drive owner, any four-wheel drive, it doesn't matter. Everybody's welcome on xjtalk.com. You may not find as many things that interest you if you don't have a Jeep, but you're still welcome. we're certainly not going to run anybody off because you're not our idea of who you are, who you should be, or who you are, or what you drive. Everybody's welcome. Yes, Chevys are welcome. I had a Chevy, Toby. Had a 1983 Chevy short wheelbase, four-wheel drive, and it was a lot of fun. My Jeep is 10 times better. The power, the ability to go anywhere, but that still was a fun truck. Yeah. Oh, you had a love truck? I remember those. Yeah, they really were. They were crap. That Chevy, the transmission went out, but it was under factory warranty, dealer warranty, and they repaired it. They had it for 30 days repairing the damn thing. But it was a beautiful truck, and most of the time it was fine. So mine wasn't 100. Mine was 10,000. That was the first new vehicle that I ever bought. It was a little over $10,000. Got it new, and was very happy with it. Had a lot of compliments on it. Almost as many as I get on my Jeep. Okay, so guys, it's time. I don't have anybody ringing my phone, but we're going to assume somebody will.
Somebody's calling.
Somebody answer the damn phone.
It's an XJ Talk live phone call. Okay, guys, like I said, we're doing live phone calls tonight, so ring-a-ding-ding. The number is on the screen. Hey, that kind of rhymes, doesn't it? Okay, let's see who we got. Press the button.
Hey,
how's it going?
pretty good.
Who we got?
It's Dalton 4x4.
I thought so, Dalton. I kind of heard a bit of a twang in there. First off, there's one thing I can't check. I can't check how loud I am on the phone. I can just turn it down enough so I don't hear it coming back into the mixer. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah, sound good.
Good. Well, what's up?
Nothing much. Just calling, just where I've seen everybody seen that bumper that I designed, and Terrell helped me with the 3D imaging.
Oh, that was great, wasn't it?
I also have a question. Since I see Rennie and all, and Jim and all's in there. I'm not wanting to go with the big time lift. I'm wanting to go with the junkyard build lift. Would newer coil springs, I've seen it you can get for 70-ish Ford F-150s or Blazers, Broncos for the coil springs. And I've also read that even the newer F-150 coil springs will work. Are they better than the 70 model ones?
So I'm sorry, it was the Ford F-150 coil springs, and you want to know what year?
I've seen where we can put them in the XJs from the 70 models, the 70s models. And I've also seen here recently where you can put, if somebody had somewhere, that you could put newer ones in there as well.
Yeah, I'm seeing in the chat room stiff that they ride really rough. I guess that's because they're for a much heavier vehicle than the Cherokee.
What would be the better junkyard coils then?
Guys, is there a junkyard coil that would be good for the... Okay, Toby's saying a Grand Cherokee. What kind of lift do you get out of a Grand Cherokee spring? It didn't seem like it was 3 inches to me, though. It seems like it was less than that.
Because I'm wanting to go with 4.5.
Yeah, Toby says an 1.5 to 2 inches on the Grand Cherokee springs. He says, and then the big dog says, then a spacer. Well, that makes sense, because you could put a 2-inch spacer on that. If you were getting 2 inches, 2 inch lift out of the coil, then put a spacer on there. That wouldn't be bad. A 2-inch spacer isn't bad. How do you feel about spacer?
Well, this is my first XJ, and doing the lift and all on it. So I'm still, like I say, I'm still a newbie to all of this.
Well, when I was asking, because I have a 4.5-inch lift on mine, and I was thinking about going to 6.5 down the road after I got my slip yoke eliminator kit put in on the transfer case. And I had asked people, would it be better for me to get some 6.5-inch rough country springs or spacer, to put a 2-inch spacer? And I was really surprised that I heard from pretty much everybody that the 2-inch spacer and the 6.5-inch spring would make no difference. It would be virtually the same. I had pretty much decided I was going to go ahead and go with the 6.5-inch RC spring, but I was curious if that was an alternative, because the spacers are like $30. It's just some heavy plastic. So if you were, because I think today I was mentioning in chat, you were mentioning something about $100 lift, and I thought that you could probably get at least a 2 or 3-inch lift for $100. I mean, you'd have to scrounge around, but I think, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, 3 inches doesn't require a transfer case drop. In most cases, anyway, it doesn't require a transfer case drop, and the geometry of the front end, track bar, etc., doesn't change enough to where you would have to worry about making any drops or adjustment to keep it in the line. Rini says nope and yep. I'm confused. Maybe he's talking to somebody in the chat room. Yeah, he is.
I think he's talking to me. He said he had 3-inch springs.
Okay, Toby says I didn't drop anything. I put my 3-inch on. No pinion shims or anything. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is you can get away with 3 inches without having to really do anything. Did you do anything with the brake cables, Toby?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think you have to do brake cables either.
Yeah, he says no vibration whatsoever. What about the brake lines? Did you have to extend those? Stock cables. Yeah, but I mean, did you make some brackets or drop them, move them down at all? Because the rough country, the 4.5-inch rough country lift, all it had was brackets that let you relocate the where they attach to the body.
He said he didn't relocate them either.
Nope. Well, there you go. See, I think you could get, because what leaf springs are good for the XJ guys? Is it the Dakota?
Dakotas, S10s.
Okay, well,
give you about 4.5.
Okay, well, you already know then. So I haven't been to a junkyard pricing those things, but I bet you if you scrounged around, you could get some leaf springs pretty cheap, and then go with 3-inch, 3-inch spacers on the front. See, I bet you could do a $100 lift. I bet you could really easy. Might take a little effort.
Yeah, I've got a book now where stuff that I've printed off for what people said on site and different sites. It's probably 2 inches thick of all different kinds of XJ info. So when I get finally ready to do the lift, I'm set.
Yeah, well, like I said, I think you can do it really cheap. Actually, it might be interesting to put a thread up on xjtalk.com and just ask, what's the cheapest lift you've ever done, and how successful were you in it? I mean, because I guess anybody can come up with a cheap lift, but if you have to wind up replacing it in 6 months, then that might be a problem.
Okay. Now here's a good question for you, because I think you talked about this. Someone's to make spacers out of them was the best thing to make them from. What was it you had? The hockey pucks?
I ordered a dozen, I think it was, a dozen hockey pucks. Actually, I got the hockey pucks, and I had to order them because I'm here in Texas, South Texas, and hockey pucks is something those damn Canadians do about 1,000 miles north of us. So I actually had to order them from Sports Authority, I think. I got them online for like $25 shipped. I was getting them for bump stops. I was going to glue them at the bottom of the coil, so that whenever the upper bump stop came down, it would impact the top of the hockey puck. And I actually had 2 hockey pucks in there. After I'd gotten the hockey pucks, I found out about the Daystar bump stops that are about almost 3 times longer than the factory bump stops. So I kind of got in that mode of getting it installed and not really looking at it. A lot of it had to do with fighting with that spring, trying to get the coil spring out of there without taking a lot of stuff off. I'll spend 2 hours trying to make something happen without actually. I just got a message here from Wayne. I'll spend 2 extra hours trying to make something work instead of just taking something apart that might take me an extra 30 minutes. But anyway, I finally got it in there, and then once I started collapsing things, I had about 2 inches of space between the bottom of that Daystar bump stop and the top of the second hockey puck. So I finally wound up just taking the hockey pucks out of there, which was simple because they were just glued in. And I think Renee actually got a couple of them. So the hockey pucks were a great idea, but I just didn't need both those things. But I would imagine that you could make the this scene here. What Wayne sent me. I imagine you could do what you're needing to do, make a spacer out of the hockey puck. Well, come to think of it, it may not work. You'd have to drill a hell of a hole in that so the bump stop would fit through it, and it may not be wide enough. I think the bump stops the spacers that you get are a lot wider. Plus, I think they have a groove for the top of the spring.
Yeah, I've got a list where you can get them out of Camaras and stuff like that, the spacers out of them.
Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that. So you could actually have a junkyard bonanza. Oh,
I've got it's like 3 different pages of everything from suspension to body armor.
And sorry, what was this? You mentioned it a few minutes ago, but I didn't hear what it was.
I've got like 3 pages of nothing but junkyard parts. From suspension, steering, body armor, engine modifications, everything.
Okay, I might show my ignorance, but have you posted any of that up on the site? Because that sounds like some great information.
Matter of fact, I think it was on an earlier post from somebody when the site first come up.
Gotcha. I may need to find that and make it a sticky or something. That sounds like some great information for people that want to do a XJ on the cheap, do an off-road modification for the XJ on the cheap.
I think it was, I can't remember, I want to say it was an old, what was the guy's name? He's been banned since then.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
What was
it? It may have been him.
Guys, what was his name? I have forgotten. Big Bad XJ, that's what it was.
Because he had a lot of info on there.
He was very knowledgeable. I tried to give him as many chances as I could because he was so knowledgeable. I have one very strict rule on the site, and that's that we do not belittle or intimidate people on the site. And I gave him, he had done that a few times, and the final time I just pretty much made up my mind that he was just too much trouble, and he needed to apologize very quickly, and he wanted to argue about it instead of just apologize to the person that he had insulted. And so he was banned, and he's been banned.
Now, I've been on here for not even quite a year yet, and I've never seen the point to get out of line with anybody on the site. Everybody's easy to get along with.
Oh, it's great. I think that if you have an atmosphere where everybody's nice and helpful to everybody else, people are smart. They get it. They don't. I think most people want to get along, but if somebody starts poking you with a long stick, you have a tendency to take it away from them and beat them over the head with it. So
now I'm pretty sure if somebody new comes in there and they see our chat every now and then, they wonder what's going on.
Yeah, well, we do give each other a hard time, but we are a bunch of men. We may have the mental outlook of a junior high student, but we're still men, and we have to mess with everybody. I'm just looking at the room.
That's all I want to know.
Okay. Yeah, I was just reading here in the chat room. The golden rule, man. That's right, Toby. All right. Well, you're welcome to hang here a little bit, or if you want to get off, that's fine too.
I'll hang around. I'm usually here for the whole show.
Cool. Well, let me see. I think Wayne said something about, let's see, what did you tell me, Wayne? Something about when I was ready. You can give me a call. I can take the call on Skype. I can take 2 calls at once. Actually, on Skype, I'm thinking I might be able to do a conference call. So we might even try multiple Skype callers. Yeah, technology. And the cool thing, Toby, is it's free technology. There we go.
That's always cool.
Here's the camera. Free technology. Jim, this isn't that kind of chat room.
Yeah, my computer shut down on me. I'm trying to get it back up.
Jim says, I want to get off, and I'm, don't want to go there.
There I am.
Wow. Yeah, if you guys are wondering about the family-friendly thing on XJ Talk, we are family-friendly, but the way I look at it is everybody should be 18 or more older that's driving, and I don't want people to feel like they are not able to show a pretty girl or talk about something that might be of an adult nature, and that's why we have the "Are you 18 years or older?" little checkbox. It's not because we show nudie pictures or dogs rolling around the ground showing their privates. It's a family-friendly yet adult website, and I think everybody adheres to that really well. There's some scantily clad women, but we have the no nip rule. Yeah, but still no nipples. Pretty girls, but they have no nipples. It's kind of a weird thing. They're all Russians from Chernobyl. No, not even behind a see-through shirt. I've actually, and what we do is if you post something like that up, one of us will edit out the offending nippet or nipple. Ah, I must have missed it. It's a shame we didn't have a moderator notice that.
Excuse me. I got to laughing at what Jim said.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we've got the Skype line open. If somebody would like to give me a holler on Skype, it's the Skype, I don't know what you call it. The Skype name is xjtalk.com. That was URL removed, big dog. Let me turn that on so you can post a link. There you go. Put that link in again, because if the links aren't allowed, then it removes them anytime somebody sends a link out in chat. There you go. The YouTube video. Actually, I think I can bring that into the show. Let's see if I can remember. Add YouTube. And I'll copy that link.
Wayne said he's got no sound, earthquake.
They're having an earthquake?
I think he's, because he ain't got any sound, he's probably got his speakers turned down again. That's what was wrong last time.
Okay. Just trying to get this YouTube video in here. I played with this the other day, but not extensively. So
I've seen. Go ahead.
How soon do you think you'll be doing your lift, Dalton?
Well, there's a friend of mine who's supposed to be buying my 94 GMC that I have, hopefully by the end of this month. And after that, I'll be able to go to the junkyard to look for the parts. So hopefully, say around February, March, I should be able to get started on it.
Oh, that's not very long away at all.
No. And I still have my roof rack out here that I haven't finished yet, the plastic pallet that I was working on. that I still have a few modifications to do to it before I put it up on top.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to see if I can get the video up right now. Okay, well, I'm going to try this. We'll see how it looks. Well, it shows it's playing, but I don't see anything. You guys see anything on that video?
No, I don't.
Well, you know, it shows that it's there. But it's not doing it.
Rennie said it worked for him.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to play it on the show. And I have it up. And it may be that I just need to maybe using all the bandwidth up trying to send this broadcast out. So, you know, maybe that's the problem. Anyway, it was worth a shot. Okie dokie. Well, as you can see on the scrolling stream there at the top of the Ustream screen, there is the name for the Skype call. If you have Skype and you'd like to call in, it's xjtalk.com. I don't think you actually have to add me to your contacts. I think you can just call. I'm not that familiar with making calls on Skype. Just kind of get them. So I'm just looking here at a message from James from Facebook. He says, I can view and listen to the show, but I can't type in chat. Darn calm Nazis. Yeah, James, that's actually a good point. You have to register with Ustream before you can chat in the chat room. And I probably should, I remember mentioning that on one of the earlier shows, and then, you know, it's second nature to me because I'm registered. I probably need to remind people of that so they can go over to Ustream and get registered. You can register now, and the show has still got another 30 minutes to go, so you can get registered and get in the chat room and yuck it up with the rest of the folks. So everybody that we do have a few guests. If you and any of you that are listening on the podcast later, not the live show but the podcast, go over to Ustream and get registered so that you can be active in the chat. And also too, you can I can't remember if it's become a friend of XJ Talk, or you can basically subscribe to XJ Talk on Ustream, and you'll get notification from the event that I scheduled when there's going to be a show. The show is every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central. And, that could always change depending on my personal commitments, work, and so on and so forth. But it should be a pretty easy thing to pretty easy schedule to keep. But if you need the notification, just go over there and subscribe to the events. And of course, there's other ways that you can keep up with xjtalk.com. James knows this because he is a friend of xjtalk.com on Facebook, but you guys may not be. Here's the information to friend us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Did you know that xjtalk.com is on Facebook? Just go to facebook.com/xjtalk and friend us. We're also on Twitter, twitter.com/xjtalk. Okay, so you can keep up with us there, and we always have notification of events that are happening on Twitter and Facebook, and of course on the website. So if you're not a member of xjtalk.com, please join. Well, Dalton, I'm not getting any calls on Skype, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and free up the landline and see if we get any calls there. I don't want to keep somebody from getting on that wants to be. I run the risk of letting you go and then having to talk to myself for the next 30 minutes. But I'm going to run that risk.
Okay.
And thank you, like I said earlier, thank you very much for coming to all the shows. Really enjoy it. And
no problem.
I'll hang on one second. Let me get this call from Wayne.
Okay.
Hello, Wayne.
Hey, yeah, mate, you well?
There he is. I'm gonna do
a
little adjustment here on the volume. Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me, Wayne?
Did you drop the phone, Wayne?
You there?
I'm there.
Yeah.
Just having problems down this end.
So you're able to hear us now?
Yeah, that's good as gold, mate. Computer's playing up. Anyone would think Rennie's been wheeling it.
Okay. Turned you down a little bit. I see you got a picture on Skype of the Jeep now. It looks dirty. You need to wash it.
It's clean now. I said shut all the other windows down so I can talk on Skype so I can't see the show.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I just had to shut all the other windows down on the computer so I can't see the show.
Oh, right.
That's why it took so long to dial up. The computer's, mind of its own.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, how's it going with the earthquakes? Have you been having any, is it trailing off or coming back, or you just don't know?
A couple each day. Just had one before.
My wife, hey, I'm sorry, 1 second. Hey, Dalton, I'm hearing a beep, and that beep is the battery on this cordless phone dying. My wife hands it to me, and she says, it's fully charged. Because I was gonna bring them both up here, but it's dying on me, so I'm gonna let you go. And
okay, just real quick, I wanted to ask Wayne one question.
Sure.
How much mud do you still have in your XJ, Wayne?
It's all clean now, mate. The earthquake's getting rid of it. Getting shaken out.
All righty then, I'll get on off here.
Thanks a lot, Dalton.
Uh-huh.
I'll see you later.
Talk to y'all later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I was telling the wife earlier that I've ordered my own cordless phone so I can make sure that I keep it charged. If you guys are trying to call me on the landline, don't, because the battery is almost dead on the handset, and I'll need to go get the other one here in a moment. The difficulties of live shows. So, Wayne, you were saying the earthquakes are coming and going, huh?
Yeah, I've had over 4,200 since September the 4th.
And you guys are going for how many? Is it 5,000? Then you're going to stop?
Don't know what the record was, actually. Stop soon, but...
Well, I make jokes about that stuff, but I also, I want you to know that I don't know what I would do, especially with the damage that are happening to the structures and your house. That's got to be something that weighs on your mind. I mean, every time you feel a shake, you don't know if it's going to be a minor tremor or if it's going to be another 7.1.
I just watch where I park the Jeep now, mate. Don't care what happens, really.
Yeah, I guess you have to start having that attitude at some point, because it very well, it shows very well that you have no control over what's going on.
Just shows you how powerful the old Mother Nature is when it's, angry.
It's really interesting. So it can suck, but it's also often very interesting. I guess around here, the thing that always impresses me is the weather. We can have hurricanes or some real bad storm systems. Technically, I'm sure we could have an earthquake as well. I've just never had one in the the long time that I've lived here. So it's just not, we're just not an earthquake prone area.
We got a few spare you can have there, Tony, if you want.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'll email them to you, mate.
I'd like to have some snow from up north. I'd much rather have the snow than the earthquakes.
Yeah, some of those snow pics look pretty good. What get posted up, eh?
Oh, the snow is just beautiful. I think it would be a lot of fun to put it in 4-wheel drive and go through some snow. Of course, I've seen some pictures of them getting that snow pretty muddy, pretty dirty.
Yeah, I can imagine Jim in the snow. It'd be all yellow spots everywhere.
That's right. And every time he breathed on the snow, it would melt, a good 50-foot swath of it. He could ride on the hood of the Jeep and just...
Just as well I can't read the comments, I would say.
If you don't mind, Wayne, if you're not in too big a hurry, I'm going to throw some music up, run downstairs, and get the other phone so I can take some calls. So it'll take me all of about 2 minutes.
I'll just let everyone know I'm on vacation, so that's all good.
Excellent. Okay. So I'm gonna throw up some music if you like. Chat with the guys here in the chat room. You can talk to them. I'll turn the music down. They can hear you, and
I can't see the chat, so I'll just wait for you to come back.
Okay. That's it. Yeah, I forgot about that. You had to close the windows. Okay. I'll be right back, guys. Because in her defense, it did show a full charge. So, I don't know. So, you still with us, Wayne?
Yeah, I'm still here, mate.
Great. Hey, Renee, if you wanted to give me a call on the number there on the screen, I can get you and Wayne here on at the same time.
Oh, I've got to talk to that smart ass.
I'm not cool anyway. I think they're having their own conversation there in the chat room.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it back up so I can see it. So I might drop off too.
Detours. Mark has joined us. That reminds me, it's time. Actually, it's well past time. Our sponsor information. Let me just do this and do this. This segment brought to you by DetoursUSA.com. 10 years of innovating, not imitating XJ products. Check out www.detoursusa.com. And Detours wants to remind everyone to practice safe sex. No pig borking till you wrap that rascal.
xjtalk.com.
It's where you go when you're not off-road.
Hey, how would you like to advertise on XJ Talk Talk Show and reach a worldwide Jeep audience? Just send an email to advertise@xjtalk.com for more information. Are you interested in being a guest on XJ Talk? Well, you can contact me via email, tony@xjtalk.com. That's tony@xjtalk.com. Okay. Did you know that xjtalk.com is on Facebook? Just go to facebook.com/xjtalk and friend us. We're also on Twitter, twitter.com/xjtalk. All right. Well, I didn't mean to play all those, but what the hell? Got to get them in sometime. So, I think we talked about this on, well, I can't remember when the last time we talked, Wayne, but I think we talked about this last time. How do you like that winch?
Yeah, it's great, mate. It's probably one of the better things I put on the Jeep. The self-recovery with the fishing and whatnot when I'm out by myself.
I bet you it gives you a better feeling when you go out, that you're going to be able to get yourself out of a predicament. Won't have to walk back to get some help.
The only thing I've got to do is got to pull it all apart, take it out of the bar and get some bolts welded onto the front of my bar so I can bolt the aluminium fear leaders or whatever they're called on there, because I've got the rope. And the rope cuts on the bar if I don't do it.
Well, we got a caller on the landline. Let's see who it is. Thanks for calling. Who we got?
It's me. It's Rennie.
Oh,
Rguginard, XJ Talk.
Rguginard from xjtalk.com, better known as Rennie. R-E-N-E. I called him Renee for the first 30 minutes, I guess.
Oh, actually, I think it was the first day.
I was being kind to myself, I guess. Well, Rennie, I don't know if you know Wayne. Wayne, this is Rennie, Wayne.
Yeah, I only know him a little bit.
Well, I'm
Still
sorry.
there, Wayne?
I'm sorry, he did say smartass, so I guess he does know.
I can't hear him. There he is.
Yeah, he wasn't talking, that's why.
Yeah, doing, big fella.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
So you been wheeling any?
Sorry, what was that, mate?
You been wheeling any?
I went out for a quick one the other night. But, yeah, like I said, it took me 3 hours to wash the thing.
Goodness.
Boys all had the windows open.
Oh, so you
videos up of what I put up last time we went wheeling? 2 Jeeps almost flipped.
I saw that.
Yeah, I seen that, mate.
I saw that yours didn't.
Oh no, mine's too damn low. Mine dropped off that same ledge and my rock reel hit the ground, so I couldn't even go anywhere.
Well, I guess that was good.
It's got a counterbalance on it though, Rennie, isn't it?
No, I was on the. No, remember we drive on the right side over here. Y'all are on the wrong side of the road.
Just having a go at you, mate. It's just saying there, Andy can't get on the show, Tony, on the chat.
Well, it's really.
Who can't?
I think it's.
I mean, this is on the actual forum. I'm on that chat. I can't get on the other chat, but he says he darn show kicked me off.
Yeah.
Oh, you're.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I see that. You can't get on the other chat. Okay.
Yeah, that can happen. I mean, I don't know. We had talked before that your bandwidth isn't. It kind of comes and goes, so it could be a little much to do Skype and to get in the chat room at the same time.
No, Andy can't get on.
Yeah, Andy. Iron Man Andy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, damn show kicked me off.
That's the one.
He just typed in the chat on XJ.
Ah, okay. I wonder why. I wonder what kind of language he was using in the chat or something.
Well, hell, it didn't bleep out my F word, which I was really surprised on.
Well, I may need to get some moderators so they can ban people like you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there goes Jim. Should make Jim a moderator.
Jim would be an excellent moderator. He would be able to know when the word was about to be spoken before it was spoken.
He could be their language moderator, cursing moderator.
It's like hackers, the best anti-hackers are the best hackers. So, same type of deal there. Let's see.
I just wanted to say XJ Talk is the best fucking site in the fucking world. And if you think you know a better fucking site, fuck you. By the way, this is Big Jim 350. Bye.
The Legion is born.
That was great.
You know what's too funny about that? If you look at a picture of Bear, if you go to his Facebook and he's a friend of yours on Facebook, him and Jim look like they could almost be brothers.
That sounds like it would be some good matching bookends to take off-road with you, especially if you're going back in somewhere in the deep south. I mean, I guess we're as deep south as you get, but I mean, more where there's more trees. More trees and banjos playing.
Yeah, one thing's for sure. If you're in a bar with them two, I don't think you have to worry about nobody deciding that they want to fight you.
No. Shouldn't be. Of course, alcohol will make people brave.
Tony, how far behind are we? I'm noticing on the chat, when we say something, it takes a little bit for it to come back up. How far behind are we? Or how forward are we of the show?
It's really hard to say because there's going to be a delay from what I'm sending out going to Ustream, and then Ustream is going to have a delay going to you, and it's going to vary depending on what each one of the connect speeds are. In other words, how much bandwidth is available for each of the viewers. So it could be a couple of seconds to, like you were experiencing on the phone that one time. What was it, a 10 or 11 second lag time between what you were hearing from me and what you were hearing on your computer.
Yeah, that was on Valero, or Varo, whatever it's called, right?
Ventrilo, yeah.
Yeah, Ventrilo.
But you were also listening to your computer, I think, at the time, and there was a long delay between what you were hearing on the phone and what you were hearing coming from your computer, the show, in other words.
Right. And I have my volume all the way down.
I'm in the future.
Yeah, we're talking. That's right, Wayne. We're talking to the far future. I still want some lottery numbers, Wayne. It's not. It's not.
Yeah, Wayne. Why didn't you call us with the lottery numbers from last night? We could have split $350 million, dude.
Man, I would have been happy to buy you a new steering wheel for your Jeep or something.
Number 5 and the 5th. There you go, boys.
We could have flown you over here.
Yeah.
And your Jeep. Hell, we just got you a new one.
Just the steering wheel.
Right, we could have got you out of that damn earthquake-infested place that you're living in right now.
It's a beautiful.
I quite like it.
It's a beautiful place, but man, it just needs to quit shaking.
I see my cousins are all drowning too because Aussie's underwater.
Yeah, and they need to put up another red light.
Oh, over in what part of Australia is that? That they're having all the rain?
Queensland.
Queensland.
Yeah, Rockhampton, and it's heading into New South Wales as well. From the last I read, it's quite bad.
And that's from a storm system?
Yeah, they're not all the crocodiles are like swimming where they're not meant to be, and all the poison snakes are running around. They got everything over there.
Well, you ain't got no poisonous snakes over there, do you?
Well, we got nothing.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing in New Zealand that can hurt you, correct? Or you hurt a human. There's nothing poisonous. There's nothing that eats you. Not like here, right?
No, the only thing we got is wild pigs, mate. No, unless you annoy them when they're around their young'un, you'd be sweet as.
Huh.
My missus is pretty poisonous. She's scary.
Oh my God.
The what are?
His wife.
Oh.
He is playing with fire there. He could wake up dead some morning.
She's at work.
You can't read what Jim just wrote, can you, Wayne? Yeah, even the animals don't want to be in New Zealand.
Oh, Mark would like for you to say Vegemite.
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 Yeah, we also got Marmite as well. Does that confuse you?
You also have what?
Marmite.
Momlite.
Marmite's Vegemite, but with an M.
Ah. Huh.
Yeah, Vegemite's Australian, Marmite's New Zealand. I think one's veggies and one's might be meat.
Ah, okay.
Exactly the same, my young fella's telling me.
Is that stuff like a peanut butter, or what is that stuff?
It's different.
It's technical.
It's actually good on toast, but it's good for a stock too if you're making stew and stuff.
Oh, really? Yeah? Did you read what Toby just put on there?
I can't read it.
Oh, he said, what did he say? Where'd it go? He said something about it tastes like crap, doo-doo.
I don't know, I never tasted crap.
Oh, he said, both gross, doo-doo, great for body work. Great for body work.
Yeah, I can understand. I can believe that.
There is a member on here who does like it.
So good. Sorry, Wayne, say that again?
There is a member on here who does like it. I posted a picture of it on top of my Jeep. Thought it was brilliant. A can of Vegemite, a Marmite, Vegemite. With the Jeep emblem.
Toby says they have crabs. What has crabs?
What's that?
I don't know. Toby says they have crabs in chat. Marmite. Both gross. It's different, much better for you. Doo-doo. Great for body work. Read it all.
Read it all, Tony. Contact, right?
It's easier for me just to say, what the hell are you talking about? Make you type it again. Wayne has crabs. Do you have crabs, Wayne? Big Jim says you have crabs. I didn't know you guys were that close.
Hey, well, you missed the one part. Wayne, you need some paste pecani sauce. You don't even know what that is over there, do you, Wayne?
What's that?
Paste pecani sauce.
No idea, mate.
It's hot sauce. It's peppers and tomatoes.
Like
and
Tabasco sauce?
Similar, except it's more tomatoey. Not just
chili.
No vinegar.
Tabasco sauce is good.
Yeah,
It
Tabasco
makes you
sauce.
drink more beer, man.
Tabasco sauce has a lot of vinegar in it. So, but there are several hot sauces that have that. They're very vinegary. So what are you watching over there?
There's vodka.
I hear the TV. What are you watching?
It's not me.
Oh, it must be Reenie.
Oh, my son's flipping around channels.
Cops. Toby says cops.
In a bind, Marmite can be used as a wrapper on your joint.
Man, I don't know about this. This is going a bad direction.
Yeah.
It's a Big Jim direction.
Okay. Now let me say
This is Big Jim 350, and I f***ing love xjtalk.com.
Oh, everybody's talking about what they're watching tonight. Oh, Bear puts on there, all right, y'all, quit picking on my little brother. Actually, no, I guess Jim, Jim is younger than Dalton, so.
Neither one of them are very old.
Puppies.
Now, how old are you, Dalton?
37.
Yeah.
Like 37.9, because he'll be 38 next week.
Hey, my birthday's at the end of the month, so.
You use Wayne. You guys use the metric system over there, right?
Yes.
How old would Jim? How old is Dalton going to be in metric?
157. He just sounds really old, eh?
It's not the age; it's the mileage.
It's the redneck lifestyle, the roadkill. He's told me all this.
Yeah, you have to pick your roadkill right around here. We have
stuff, mate. You gotta leave it.
We have armadillos, and they have a hard shell, so it's actually roadkill on the half shell.
You just heat that up and have a soup.
You know, actually, the armadillo is kind of interesting. It's the only other animal that can catch leprosy. Humans and armadillos.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not know that. Well, actually, I knew it now, but earlier I did not know that.
Well, that's like around here. I've been seeing a lot of deer run over lately. I mean, every day on my way to work, I probably see 2 or 3 new kills of deer.
Bang your car up pretty good, wouldn't they? Hitting one of those.
Detours would like to know, how hard is it to manage XJ Talk? What do you mean, detours? And what evidence?
About what Toby just put. Armadillo equals possum with armor.
That's true. But detours, what gives you the slightest idea that it's managed at all?
Jim's in charge.
The site time. Not very hard. It's pretty easy. I don't have a lot of problem with people posting spam or picking on other people. Reenie's a moderator. Reenie, how much moderating do you do?
Well, you know what's funny? The very first day I became a mod, remember? I had that one I had to pull somebody's post.
You had a spammer. That's right. You really did.
No, not the spammer. Remember I had, was it a real bad joke? I don't remember what it was. But it was something that I had to pull their post.
I bet you it was Punishers.
I bet it was too.
Because Punisher goes over the edge occasionally. Not real far, but just over. He's real.
Yeah, I think I could tell you.
He's real good-natured about it, though. But there was somebody that was posting something about selling phones.
Selling stones?
iPhones?
Selling phones.
Yeah, iPhones and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was the one you were talking about.
No, that was way later. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
Detour says the questions will get harder as we go. We need to get Jim on here to answer him then, because he'll make short work of the hard answers. I wish I could beep myself. I would say, because he would say I wouldn't beeping no. I don't beeping know what the answer is. Need to get me the really big glass of tea. Where's the camera? Wayne can't see my glass. I have a nice big beer mug, but I don't drink beer. Used to drink Coke.
Show. Can Jim see it?
Jim, can you see my mug? There you go. It's like a $2 mug. It holds probably a quart of liquid. Toby says,
I can't find the post that I had to move originally.
Oh my God, there's I think there's 50,000 posts on XJ Talk now, and we're coming up on the 2-year mark. In March, it'll be 2 years, and it is a very difficult task to try to find anything that happened any time ago, any time back. It's really hard, even with the search thing. Well, that's nice. See, that's that piece of equipment I have here. And everybody stopped talking, and it got quiet. Of course, everybody at home thought that their internet was, went down or their computer froze, but that's the danger of quiet.
Oh, my boys just loaded a video of Jeeps on YouTube on the TV. Over your ways. I'm just trying to figure out where it is.
Hey, Wayne, when's your next competition going on?
For us?
When's your next competition going on?
There's something coming up at the end of next month. It's Teams one. We're trying to get 3 Jeeps together. Well, last long enough.
Shower.
You were talking while he was talking.
So you got one next month going. You're going to have 3 Jeeps going? You're going to put yours in?
Yeah, if it's still going. We're still waiting for that red one to be finished. That's going to be the main one.
What do you mean if it's still going? Were you having problems with it?
It's a Jeep.
Well, you're talking about putting Toyota axles under yours, aren't you?
No, that's what's happening to that red one. I've got to go and get updates on it. There's some stuff, they're waiting stuff from the States to arrive. There's pretty Nissan, Safari, diffs under it, Toyota Trans in it, and running 37's been beefing up their bodywork and whatnot.
You're talking about the red one that's the 98, right? The one that looks just like mine?
No, he sold that.
He sold it?
He couldn't sell it, so he took the lift out of it and sold it for six grand. And he's got the lift for sale for $1,300.
He was wanting to make that Jeep look just like mine, and he sold it. I can't believe he sold it.
He had a chance to start his own business, Tony. We trucking business, so he had to do it. Kind of thing, to free up some money.
No, of course. It's just, from all as excited as he was about that Jeep, that must have been a hard sell for him.
Oh, it was. It's pretty sad, but hey, I got a good winch out of it. Because he got off that deal, but he was selling his Jeep, so I was next in line, so hey.
I didn't know that.
Hey, I got a question for you, Wayne. On your winch, have you used a little remote control for yours yet?
That's all I use. I haven't used the plug-in one yet, mate. It works good as gold.
Do you have any weird issues with it, or is it full normal?
No, good as gold, mate. I've only used it twice though, Rennie. But it's because it's battery operated. I use that and just sat in the cab, just making the wheels work, but not spinning and digging, so it's not fighting. When I was stuck.
Hey, what winch do you have? Detours just asked what winch you got.
She's at work. Oh, winch. Sorry, mate. It's Premax Chinese. It's probably the same as a lot of the ones in there, out there, but it's 12,000 pound Premax, I think. Yeah.
It's up on the site, Mark. He posted it when he got the winch, and there's a section. I think the post is where he's getting it mounted in the winch. I mean, in the bumper.
It is there, and I did put the name on it because I had to actually Google it myself because there's actually no name on it.
Oh, okay.
Which is always a good sign.
Yeah. Well, as long as it works.
Well, because the Chinese ones, there's so many of them, it's like when they first come out, people didn't like them, but hey, a lot of people run them over here now. They're so much cheaper than your Warn and whatnot.
Oh my God, the Warns are incredibly expensive.
Imagine what they are like down here then, Tony. It's pretty unreal.
Yeah, they're very heavy, so I imagine they'd be very expensive to ship.
Well, that's why I'm just going to start looking into the Chinese lockers, air lockers.
That's interesting.
Well, people just started using them down here. If it goes the same way as the winches, might be worth looking into.
Well, what kind of lockers do they have? What kind of lockers do the Chinese have?
It's all new. They're just I've just started looking into them now. Same thing, all different names, probably the same out of the same factories.
They're ARB type, Rainey. I don't know if that's exactly the same one that Wayne's talking about, but I saw some videos on YouTube. They were actually showing, ARB was actually showing how poorly they were built compared to the ARB. I mean, obviously, if somebody comes out with something that's half the price or less than an ARB, ARB is going to show that there's problems with it. So I don't know how accurate it was. It was just something they were showing. But you can just do an ARB search on YouTube, and I bet you'll find that video. It was really interesting. They had it on a machine, and they were basically twisting the shaft until failure. And as I recall, the air locker, the Chinese-made air locker, actually exploded on them.
Really?
Yeah, I got some info. I'll post it up at a later date. I've got that same thing you're talking about too, Tony, with some interesting comments.
Well, I got a question for you, Wayne. You're a whole lot closer to ARB than we are. Can't you get an ARB locker for a lot less than we can? I mean, because you're a hell of a lot closer to Australia than we are.
That's true.
Yeah, you wouldn't get any change out of TK, mate.
Did you say $2,000 for one? $2,000?
Yeah, you wouldn't get any change out of TK, mate. Easy.
Good God.
Oh, that front bar I've got on mine, that's ARB, and that cost me $1,600, mate. That's just crazy. But no one makes anything down here.
Yeah,
See, over here they're about what, Tony? $1,000?
No, $850.
So
$850.
compressor and stuff in Pakistan, right?
Right, but you don't need you get one compressor and so $1,700 another, so $2,000 would buy you 2 lockers and an air compressor, and that's the air compressor, the ARB air compressor.
They probably freight, or what do you call it, import bulk lots into America. That's probably why prices are different, because we only got 4 million people here, and be lucky if there's 200 of the Jeeps, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with Rini. I would think that because of your proximity to Australia, it wouldn't cost that much to ship them from Australia to New Zealand. I mean, I guess in Americans' eyes, you don't seem to be that very far apart. So I would think that it wouldn't take much to get something from there to from Australia to New Zealand.
Australia hates us because we beat them at rugby.
Well, that's just bad business.
then we just beat them at rugby league. So hey, they got to learn to grow up, them fellas. I see there's an Australian on site now. I better be careful.
4 million people in New Zealand. How do you find a wife?
Alcohol.
That's not very many people. I think there's more people than that in Houston.
No, I was thinking New York for damn sure.
Yeah.
And the city here is just like, I think there's 300,000 in Christchurch. Something along them lines.
Thanks for dropping by, Flex. Flex is taking off. We're actually running a little long tonight, guys.
Hey Wayne, what's the ratio of guys and girls?
I think there is a man drought. So they say. I was watching a thing on TV the other night. There's more women than men.
Man, I know Jim is going over there now.
But a lot of them
There's
are bush
more women than men. Yeah, Jim's like, let me book a flight now. I'm really surprised Jim has not commented on that yet.
Jim's going to have to get a note.
He's at the airport.
Jim's going to have to get a note from his wife.
Right.
Seven to 1 in Aussie.
Jim.
Catch some for me, Wayne. Big Jim says, catch some for me, Wayne.
Already got a couple lined up for Big Jim.
Yeah, let me guess, they're about 3 foot tall?
He started all that, mate. I'm just copping it. I swear it. I just take it on the chin. It's all good. Oh, actually, you get a T-shirt made up, I think.
What was I going to say? I like doing midgets?
Toby says pygmies. You don't have pygmies in New Zealand, do you? That's all in Australia.
Sorry, what was that?
You don't have pygmies in New Zealand, do you? That's in Australia.
No, there's Africa somewhere, isn't it? They got Aborigines in Australia. We got the Maoris.
That's what I was thinking. Aborigines. Can't say it, but that's what I was thinking.
Aborigines, yes. Indigenous people.
Right.
So our ones are the Maoris.
Hey, Detours, I used to have a bumper sticker on my big Chevrolet. It said, lifted high, fat girls can't jump.
Oh, man. I bet you got some looks.
Oh, yeah. But I also had one on the same truck that said, if you don't like my driving, dial 1-800-EAT-SHIT. So, what the hell?
I
was saying that one on those tire carriers.
I was thinking about that one of these, with the way technology is now, you can get an 800 number for pretty cheap. It would be fun to set up an 800 number that basically just told you to go F yourself. And give everybody these stickers. How's my driving? Call 800, blah, blah, blah. And this recording just comes on and screams holy hell at you, like, mind your own damn business. You don't like the way I drive, get off the sidewalk. I think it'd be hilarious. Especially if you could record, the call. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Did you see what Toby just wrote on there? He said, I saw one that said 1-ton axles, fat girls allowed. Or something like that.
Yeah, it's good.
So you got a lot of new members posting now too, Tony. A lot of blue. It's good.
Yeah. Actually, I had to make some changes to the newsletter, the biweekly newsletter, and I finally got those changes. So I sent that out, and that always gets a lot of people onto the site. I'm a little surprised. At least they're not. At least they're not complaining about getting the newsletter, but it seems to remind people about XJ Talk, and I don't know how they can forget about it myself.
Just need a few more green ones on them, mate.
I've seen 2 green ones now that they've both been flipped and trashed.
Yeah, that one from Australia. Well, I've forgotten his username. Actually, his wife flipped it. Yeah.
Man, that was horrible. I cannot believe she came out of that unscratched.
That was pretty banged up.
Well, you know, it's really. Go ahead, Wayne. I'm sorry.
I was just saying about that post from the Australian guy. His wife flipped the XJ. It was pretty banged up. I don't know if you've seen the pics.
Yeah, I did. You know, the amazing thing is, I guess he let it go to the insurance company. I was thinking, man, cut the top off of it, put a cage in it, you got an instant off-road buggy.
No, over in Australia, mate, they're really, I'm going to say anal about mods you can do to your vehicles. Like you can only lift a certain height, and they're really, really strict on it, on what you can do to four-wheel drives, or hot rods, or be it whatever car.
Really?
That's amazing. That doesn't fit my image of Australia at all. I mean, I know that they've got gun control, major gun control over there now. It just, you know, to me, Australia is like, it was like Texas. It was just wild, and you know, pretty much anything went. At least that's what I had in my mind. I don't know how that meshes with reality.
No, years ago when they seen all the convicts from England, maybe then, but no, it's yeah, they're really funny over there about their four-wheel drives. I'm actually been on a Jeep Aussie one, and they're always moaning about not allowed any more than a 1.5, 2-point-inch lift in Queensland or New South Wales or wherever it is. It's really crazy. But they got some really different wheeling over there.
Yeah, they'd have to.
A lot of touring where they go up the Cape, and then you won't see anyone for days. So you got to be all like self-sufficient. Quite interesting stuff.
Well, you know what amazes me? Doesn't like Australia have like a ton of dirt roads?
Yes. There's
But how can you patrol them?
They don't. You just go for it. They have you just go for it. There's they have the truck trains out there. That's the only thing you watch for. But apparently you can see the dust coming, and you just pull to the side of the road. You let them go past. But they do. They got to be self-sufficient. Most of the mods in their trucks, they got to put like water tanks in their trucks and stuff. There's a few XJs who tour on the side. I should post them.
Well, is y'all's laws pretty strict over there about lifting and stuff, or not so bad?
Not so bad. I've got I had to get a cert for my lift and for the size of my rims, but it's only more for insurance. But we got some pretty big gnarly trucks over here, all road legal.
That's the way it should be.
You know, it's funny because Tony and I are both in Texas, and matter of fact, Tony and I, Big Jim, we're all in Texas, and there's like the only laws we have as far as lifting is your headlights can't be above 54 inches in the air.
Right.
Other than that, pretty much open. No fender flares, no nothing.
Yeah, no mud flaps.
I noticed you don't have to run fender flares. I've got to have all that. I've got to cover 80% of my tyre or something. What sticks out?
Yeah, well, actually, I think it's California. You have to cover the entire tire.
Oh, really? Yeah, but it's show pony state, isn't it?
California is very liberal and very climbs their politics and laws really climb up the people's ass in California. There's just no way I'd want to live there.
Oh, Arnie's in charge. Is that why?
Well, he's gone now. As of January 1st, he's no longer governor.
Oh, he must be making movies again, is he?
We'll see. I kind of doubt it. He wasn't very popular as governor over there.
Oh, okay. So we get a lot of your news.
Detour
Well,
says,
did you hear what they said what Toby said in Oregon?
No.
Can't have more than an inch of tire past the flares here, or mud flaps are required in Oregon.
Yeah, I know I've seen some posts where people have mud flaps on, and I would not be happy with mud flaps on my XJ.
No.
And Detour says there are no laws in Kentucky. Serious. better watch your 14-year-old daughters then.
Crazy.
Yeah, a buggy would be
but
fun.
Ain't it in Kentucky where they marry their sisters and stuff?
Cousins, I heard.
I'm telling you, the only reason why Mark Detours moved to Kentucky was he wanted to say he lives in KY.
Who wrote that?
Who wrote that? I wrote that. I wrote that with my little head.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Look at that, Detours. He's trying to retaliate in chat, but he says you are all removed.
Has he got Skype? He can call you. I'll get Joe jump off.
All right, guys. It's been a lot of fun. We're 21 minutes over time. It's I figured it was just too. You guys hadn't been on long enough. It was just too much fun. So we'll have to get you guys on earlier next time. So I'm going to wrap it up.
All right.
Thank you very much for calling in, Wayne. Good luck over there. Keep the windows rolled up. Keep the mud out. 3 hours cleaning time. That's pretty rough.
Not a problem, Tony. Thanks for having me, mate. I'll catch you later, Rennie.
Hey, you too, Wayne. Hey, and by the way, what you were talking about, all the mud in the interior, on that video when I sprayed everybody with the mud, when I dropped off in that ledge, I've got probably, my back door panels, you can't tell what color they are with all the mud on them. So, yeah, I kind of understand that.
Yeah,
in the end, I opened the doors and water blasted them, but I'm not telling anyone that.
Mud is fun. I like mud. It's just a real bitch to clean it off.
Or just leave it on there for the next time you go wheeling. It don't matter.
That's true.
Oh, good.
People behind you are usually dodging as it's drying and falling off.
Yeah, I know. All right, Wayne.
Okay.
Well, I'd say good afternoon, Wayne, and good night, Tony.
Thanks so much, guys. You have a good night.
All right. Talk to y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. Hey, I really appreciate you staying here and dealing with all our shenanigans. It's been a lot of fun. The show ran over because of the fun. And let me just throw in a couple of things here that you may have missed. Our sponsors tonight were Detours, the same gentleman's in the chat room. This segment brought to you by DetoursUSA.com. 10 years of innovating, not imitating XJ products. Check out www.DetoursUSA.com. And Detours wants to remind everyone to practice safe sex. No pig borking till you wrap that rascal. And Ironman4x4fab.com. This segment is brought to you by Ironman 4x4, the toughest, most adjustable control arms in the industry. Ironman 4x4 has a wide variety of rugged off-road suspension products that are overbuilt and underpriced. Visit Ironman4x4fab.com today. That's Ironman4x4fab.com. Hey, how would you like to advertise on XJ Talk Show and reach a worldwide Jeep audience? Just send an email to advertise@xjtalk.com for more information.
xjtalk.com.
It's where you go when you're not off-road.
Did you know that xjtalk.com is on Facebook? Just go to facebook.com/xjtalk and friend us. We're also on Twitter, twitter.com/xjtalk. Guys, really appreciate you coming in. Looks like we had a total of 51 viewers tonight. So quite good. The numbers increase every week. And maybe I can get something together now that the holidays are over, and I can concentrate on some good show material. We're looking at doing some shows, some how-tos. Jensen from the site knows how to do body work and work on various things, and there's actually quite a few people on the site that can do things and have cameras. So we may be getting some how-to segments on the show, and go over both how to verbally for our podcast listeners and for those that are here watching the Ustream. We may have some video. So thanks again. Really, really appreciate you guys showing up and participating in the site and in the chat room. And we'll see you next week, 8 p.m. next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
I just wanted to say XJ Talk is the best fucking site in the fucking world. And if you think you know a better fucking site, fuck you. By the way, this is Big Jim 350. Bye.